The hallway was silent except for the heavy footsteps of 3 boys swaggering toward her. Emma kept her head down, clutching her books tightly to her chest, hoping they would just pass by. But they didn't. "Hey, quiet mouse," one of them sneered, stepping in front of her. "What's in the bag?" "Nerd stuff." Before she could react, another boy grabbed her wrist roughly, yanking her forward. Emma's breath caught in her throat. She wasn't used to fighting back, at least, not at school. What they didn't know was that every day after classes, Emma trained in martial arts with her father, a retired self-defense instructor. The world always saw her as the quiet girl, the one who sat in the back of class, invisible to everyone. But that day, as pain shot up her arm from their grip, something in her snapped, not with fear, but with power. In one swift motion, Emma twisted her wrist, breaking free, and before the bully could react, she grabbed his hand and wrenched it back in a clean, practiced move. There was a sickening crack. The hallway went dead silent. The other 2 boys froze. What did you just do?" one stammered, his voice shaking. Emma stepped back, her breathing steady but her heart pounding. "Let me go," she said quietly, her voice filled with an authority none of them had ever heard before. But bullies never learn easily. The second boy lunged at her, grabbing for her other wrist. Big mistake. Emma spun on her heel, her movements fluid and precise. She locked his arm, twisted sharply, and with a swift strike of her palm, his wrist bent the wrong way. He screamed, clutching his hand. The last bully backed away, eyes wide. You're crazy." "No," Emma said, stepping forward, her gaze fierce. "I'm done being your victim." That day changed everything. Word spread across the school like wildfire. How the quiet girl who never spoke had single-handedly taken down the 3 boys everyone feared. But the story wasn't just about revenge. For Emma, it was about reclaiming her strength. The following weeks weren't easy. The bullies tried to save face, spreading rumors about her, but the truth had already taken root. Teachers who once ignored the harassment finally paid attention. Other students who had suffered in silence began speaking out. Emma found herself standing up not just for herself, but for others who felt powerless. She started a self-defense club at school with her father's help, teaching girls, and even boys, how to protect themselves. Her biggest challenge wasn't snapping wrists, it was facing the fear that had kept her silent for so long. Each day, she grew stronger, not just in body, but in spirit. Months later, one of the bullies, his wrist still recovering, approached her quietly. I'm sorry," he muttered. "I was wrong." Emma didn't forgive him immediately, but she nodded. Change. That's how you prove it. By the end of the year, the school had transformed. The bullies lost their power. The victims found their voices. And Emma, once invisible, had become a symbol of quiet strength, a reminder that sometimes, the smallest voices can shake the world when they finally speak up. Her story carried a powerful message: strength isn't about hurting others. It's about standing up for yourself and refusing to let fear define you. Because when you stop being silent, the world finally listens.